What is up, guys? This is Lintheo here with
Ben Lovell.
And what deck are you profiling for me today and why?
I'm profiling Kozmo's because I won a Minerva at the Belgium Extravaganza with him.
As you can see here, this beautiful little bastard.
My baby.
So yeah, let's go straight into it. This is rubbish, so it can go over there.
Yeah, oh, it's worth nothing. Yeah, so basically the Extravaganza, for those who weren't there, basically it's a day of what people call public events at YCSs. Yeah. So like winner mats, mini regionals, giant cars, stuff like that. And then throughout the course of the weekend, at the end of the weekend, there's 2 Top Cup playoffs. And then each winner of the playoff won, in this case, Minerva. Yep. And I annoyingly didn't win any of my events. I kept coming second at all of them. And then won in the playoffs. So
nice.
To be honest, all my losses were due to misplace. At the end, it was like if I'd done that, I'd have won. So it was quite frustrating. So I made sure that in the playoff I did not misplace.
Well, there you go. So yeah, we're going to the list.
So yeah, standard beginning, obviously free farm girl, free witch, free slip rider, free forerunner. Yeah. There's no other Kozmo monsters, so you can't really do much with that.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. In the future, then I'm sure there'll be variations of it. Yep. Free maxi. Get the quick draws, slows people down. It's a phenomenal card. You have to run it at the moment. I think it's amazing. Yep. Too honest. This was actually the only attack and defense modifier for Farm Girl that I ran in the deck. Some people were saying like run Shrink, Lance, stuff like that, and I just didn't like it. Honest, along with a couple of other things in the deck you'll see in a minute, were plenty, and I really liked it, and it stole a lot of games. 2 Cyber Dragon in the main. This primarily in testing with a friend of mine. I found was amazing in the mirror match, obviously. Also, Turbo Towers is a pain. The only out I have in the main deck was Honest. Also, I got rid of a Shekanaga with it. Basically, sent Shekanaga, he added back Shadol Fusion, and I attributed it for a Slip Rider. Nice. That really annoyed him. Also, it won me a match against Tellers, because he went standard to Neb set 4. I specialed this, and he sort of looked at it. I normal summoned Farm Girl to attack with this. So if he had an Honest, it baited it, which he didn't. And then when it went through, I just attacked with the Farm Girl and won from there. So I really love this, and also it's an easy side out. And it's a consistent way to make Pleiades in the extract, which is always good. 2 Memelio, I tested it at 3, and it just clogged really bad, because you like your normal summoning if you don't have an E-tally, so I really like this. Spells, free town, cards, absolutely amazing. The amount of times as well I was popping this myself, just deck fin. So one of the games I returned something, popped it, and then returned it again when I banished something. It was a Farm Girl. Because you can do that, and also it searches itself, so it's a free deck fin. Because I found when I was testing it right at the beginning and I was doing that, the amount of times I drew dead because I didn't fin enough first of all, made this card not as good as you think it was. Also, opening 2 of these is horrible unless you have a way of getting rid of these. So often I'd sort of activate it, go first, summon Farm Girl, pop it with Slip Rider, search something decent, and then activate the second one, add back the Farm Girl, and have quite a strong turn 1 from there. It's pretty good. E-Tally, card's amazing. There's nothing more to say about that. If you have one of these, you've probably won. 2 Upstart. First of all, obviously, Elephant in the Room, Peter Gross was first run 2 of these. When I saw his build, which obviously you'll guess from the Memelios and that, I thought it was quite funny, but I thought 3 is the way to go. So I tested it with 3, hated it, and then took it out completely and just had completely bricky hands. So 2 actually worked really well. 2 MST in the main, actually amazing. Deals with town if it bricks. It's a quick out to Vanities, which is the bane of my life. Also, this deck really struggles surprisingly against Rogue. It's really good against like Dolls and stuff like that, in my opinion. But against like your random Clown Blade spam, Ritual Beast, things like that, it's really nice to just have this available to deal with the problem cards game 1. Because if you lose a game 1, then you have to like be really careful games 2 and 3, which with the amount of hate people are signing at the moment is a nightmare. 1 Regeki, 2 Dark Hole. Like I say, this was enough to deal with real problem fields. Just loved it. And then the Trap Tricks targets, Bottomless, 2 Nightmare, 2 Void. This card is absolutely amazing. I won a Necros match because I opened this, and then normal summon Memelio. Sorry, I normal summon Memelio and searched this, and he looked at me and I had no hand, and he was just like, okay. He dropped Decisive Armor, and I thought he'd trap hold it, and then he dropped what's it called, Valk, and I bottomlessed it, and I had a Forerunner, and he just looked at me and just quit from there. It's so dumb. I love this card. Also, I won against heroes with it as well because where Dark Claw doesn't have to activate, this is useless, and I didn't have this at the point, and I just dropped that on him, and oddly enough, you'll notice I had to get translations, which was quite funny, but it was their face when they realised it doesn't target, it negates, then destroys, it deals with stuff like Winder as well. And then lastly, Warning, brilliant card.
It's Warning, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go into your extra deck...
Yeah, sure.
Which may not be relevant.
Yeah, I mean, I won at a locals, 2 days ago, where I literally went 2-0 every round, and I didn't touch this once.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about I was getting to Necros and stuff like that. Corotech Fortress Dragon, obvious with Cyber Dragon. Ancient Fairy, Clearwing, and Black Rose as the extra deck. Yep. This is amazing. This beats Necros with enough back row, obviously, and then this is just dumb because it deals with all the floodgates. So if people don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, this gives me a reset. Rank 5's played as a Volcasaurus. This I've gone into probably more than any other extra deck card, and this is just funny for the last minute burn. Yep. And then the rank 4's Dweller, 101, Emerald, Castell, Cowboy. Omega I liked because at one of my locals they play a lot of heavy back row decks, so this actually wastes a lot of their resources, and then Nitelli just steals the game. Rhapsody's brilliant, and then lastly the pair, the Exciton and the Roach. This is amazing against.
Too good, man.
Like seriously, I was against Ritual Beast, and I'll put it this way: I've had 5 Ritual Beast tournament matches, and not one of them's gone longer than 10 minutes, which against a deck like Ritual Beast is nuts, but. You drop this against them, and they suddenly realise they don't actually have as much as they think they do. Yeah. It's. I just love it. Obviously, you got to time it right because Steeds is a thing, obviously, but just play the game and you can get around that.
Cool. And side finally.
Side deck, 2D fusion because no one likes a construct, and also, I mean, Winder's not a problem. Winder's easy, but this just deals with the construct or Shek as well as sometimes a problem. Yeah. Fairy Wind. This I went into a hell of a lot just counter siding. The final. Was against Necros, and game 1 I OTK'd him, and all I saw was MST and Veiler. So I actually had no idea what I was against, so I counter-sided rather than actually siding and put these in, and I won because I vanitied him, and then did this on Kozmo Town for game.
Good time.
And that he was pretty salty. I felt bad. Retaliating Sea, best card in the world. This is amazing. Yeah. I was against Stoles at LLDS, and he went Stoll Fusion. I chained this. He chained L, and I chained Max C. So I drew massively, and when the L resolved, all he had left was a construct and a Trick Clown in hand. So he had to resolve the Stoll Fusion. Yeah. And it was just brutal. And the fact that when it dies, it's a 1-for-1. The only downside with it, obviously, is if you've got a Forerunner or a Slip Rider on the field and they get rid of it while you control this, you kind of neg a bit, but it's worth it. Ghost Ogre, I was maining it, but it bricked, but this card is phenomenal. It really is. I mean, people are starting to realise how good it is, and it really is worth the money it is. Triple Black Horn of Heaven. This is for Klee, Ritual Beasts, Infernoid, anything like that. This card's phenomenal. I also sided against Tellers because I found that, I don't know why, but Teller players get really cocky when they know they know they're against Kozmo, so they like going to the Triver play. And they'll always take the Max C challenge. So I had someone go Vega effect, I chained Max C, went to Triver and negated it. And it was just that facial expression of realising A, he didn't get the effect, and 2, he didn't get the effect from Grave. And it really annoyed him. Phenomenal card. And then lastly, oh sorry, no, 3 more. Vanities, card's amazing. I would main it, but there's 2... Like I say, the game 1's really fragile. And if you get paired against Klee or something, which is hard enough, you don't really want to clog your hand with something that's going to be useless. Yep. And then lastly, I put this in about half an hour before the tournament started, and it single-handedly won me every mirror match. There's, like, I'm not even exaggerating, there's deep dark trap hole. Friend of mine and I tested, like I say, the mirror match, which is the most horrible thing you can ever play, I think, apart from ciphering probably. And literally, I mean, it won one of my mirror matches where he went into Forerunner for game, I flipped this, and he just sort of looked at it, realised I had a farm goal in hand, and just packed up there. Didn't even scoot, he just packed up. And I think I saw him attacking his friend, trying to find something in his binder. This card is phenomenal, and the fact it's searchable by Memelio as well, obviously. Somewhere in there, I don't know. Really good, really unappreciated. It's only had one print as well, which surprised me when I was trying to find mine.
It has, yeah.
From Shockwave. Yep. Really good card. It doesn't target, it banishes. It deals with like synchro summons, anything like that. I beat BA with it once because I hit like really scrubby, but I banished the Virgil. Which I felt really bad for doing, but I thought it was funny. It was like friendly. But I love this card. I can't say enough about it. I think it's really underappreciated.
Excellent. So, anything you would like to say about the deck? Hardest matchup, easiest matchup?
Easiest matchup for me is Necros and Shadow.
Yep.
And Mitchell Beast, I suppose, as well. The hardest matchup by far is Yang Zing. I genuinely hate that matchup. The amount of side hate I put in, the Fairy Winds, the Black Horn of Heaven, which will soon be another card, hopefully, waiting for that. Just see from there. But Yang Zing is hell. It really is, especially for this type of build. It's quite difficult. Other than that, no, generally all pretty fair.
Anything else?
Looking forward to the support, see what the deck does. But also I want to say thank you to Renee for the hours and hours of testing.
Shout out to Renee, my boy.
Yeah, well, I was on holiday at his place in Holland, and we went to Belgium, went to some locals, and just the hours and hours of testing that we did. And also to Aaron, my guy, just always been there testing as well. So really great, love the deck, and look forward to seeing what support comes out.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Well done.
Cheers.
And yeah.
And life's more stupid.
Yeah. This is Olympio signing out. Aren't you jelly?